Hey everybody, I'm Tim Balderman and welcome to this edition of Too Honest for Social Media. Of course, the reason we have this podcast is because Facebook has essentially become a wasteland for 40 to 70 somethings all competing for how miserable their life is and how much bad information they can spread out there. And the 20 somethings that it's become a hobby for them where they just troll a little bit. They throw that little grenade out there and watch the feeding frenzy of all the late millennial, Gen X, and boomers jump all over it. And then they just have a laugh with their friends and go have a drink at the bar. So joining me today are guests from our first podcast, which was wildly successful. It's gone downhill since there. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no.
I'm kidding. Actually, it's been much more informational since there, but we're here to have some fun today, as we like to do. And so we got Mark Brow and Megan Applegate with me. Welcome. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having us.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
It's an honor.
Yeah,
definitely.
it is an honor.
It's an honor, Your Honor.
Big honor.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, glad to have you here. You were very popular in the last podcast. People really appreciated your comments. So you have to live up to that high standard here today. Are you up for it?
I think we can do it.
All right.
It's all about the honesty.
Yeah, it is all about the honesty. All right, so let's go right into it. It's been a big couple of weeks here in New Lenox on social media, which we like to look at, sometimes shake our head at. I will always qualify it by saying that there are definitely, I stay on social media as the mayor because it's important to be able to communicate with people. And we do get some really good requests and some good questions. For example, with the season being the way it is, there was a request the other day for leaf pickup to be extended. And so I called you, Mark, right away, and you took care of it. You said, yep, we can do it through the 12th, provided that the weather holds out. And then you got on the phone to New Way, and they're going to pick up bags still. So, we understand there is some value to what we get off there, but most of the value of Facebook is comedic.
For sure.
Yeah, even when it's not meant to be comedic. So let's get started. We've beat the roundabout to death. By the way, the roundabout is working beautifully. The only time people say there's a backup is when there's a train, especially if there's an inbound and an outbound. Of course, the gates go up once the inbound clears, but if there's an outbound coming, they stay down.
Right.
But it was backed up before the roundabout with that. So it's the same as it was before when trains are there, but when it's not, it's free flowing. I mean, do you ever see any issues up there at the roundabout?
No, not at all. It's I think Kurt mentioned before, it's just four directions of traffic staring at each other going, what do I do?
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
So yeah, I think it's a lot cleaner, a lot safer, and a lot faster to get through there than it was. So
and I spoke to our police chief, and he said we've had 0 accidents up there. There are some people that need to understand what a yield sign is, but they didn't know what a stop sign was. So, I mean, yield is like the next grade level up if they don't understand stop sign. The problem with yield. But the police have said no accidents. They're up there looking for trucks. They've had fewer trucks. They have fewer issues. So
It looks a lot nicer too. That
Yeah.
whole intersection, not just functionally, but
well, once the statue goes up, it should be much, much better.
Well, that's where we get started. So my buddy Nate, who is one of those young people that throws those grenades out there and just sits back and has a great laugh. And I laugh with him because it's awesome. He had said before the roundabout was finished, he was able to, I don't know, what, cut and paste, superimpose, Photoshop. I don't know what the hell.
That's
I'm one of those Gen Xers, so I don't know what the hell you call it. But anyway, a statue, and I don't know if this is like a statue of Walt Disney. I don't know who the hell it is, but he convinced everybody that this was me, that we were having a statue of me in the middle of the roundabout. And I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people just had a good laugh. But then there were the people, oh my God, are you serious? Is that really what's happening? I'm thinking, please tell me you can't be that stupid.
You got me.
Got you. Well, but I was not. I would not have thought that about you. I would have expected that from you.
I knew that all along.
You knew that Mark would have thought it was real?
Oh, yeah.
Did you go under one of your fake aliases and post some crap? You know what? A lot of this stuff is probably you with the fake aliases.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I tell you most of the stuff to your face, but sometimes you got to do it a little bit behind your
Sometimes
back.
there's a little reinforcement out there on social media.
I identify as a 20-year-old troller.
Oh, buddy, that's the only way he can, right? So good old Nate, moving on from the roundabout, there was a woman who is a transplant from Minnesota who now lives here in the community.
Okay.
And other than Bob Dylan and the Replacements, I don't know of anything good that ever came from Minnesota. But is there anything? Can you think of anything?
They make a really good bread up there. Cranberry wild rice. It's delicious.
That's your
That's
saving.
my Minnesota.
That's how you're saving Minnesota.
Yeah.
You got anything?
It's good fishing.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. All right, so we'll stick with really. It's tough sledding up there, literally and figuratively. And God knows, with all the news about Minnesota lately, I don't know that we need any suggestions from Minnesota, but. This person said, we need to change our flag. It shouldn't say home of proud Americans. It should be something else. So our guy created a flag with my mug on it and Santa. And our girl Megan here decided to go a little further. So here's the flag. Don, you want me to hold it front and center? Is that the best spot? All right, let's talk a little bit about your design, Megan, for our new flag. What do you got here?
So I used some of the same elements that your buddy had
Nate
used.
did,
Yeah,
yep,
Nate, sorry,
yep.
that Nate had used. I went a little bit further because people had commented on his design and suggested some additions.
Okay.
So I took everybody's suggestions and I threw everything in there.
So what do you got?
So we're going to start with the very top, and Mark, this is for you.
Yeah.
The top and the bottom, as you can see, the black squiggly line with the white splotches, that's our roads with all the potholes. Because Public Works apparently sucks.
Yeah,
at
we've
their
got
job.
we've got a buddy in here who says, why don't they put potholes on the flag because New Lenox doesn't care about fixing them. I'm really disappointed that you don't care about fixing potholes.
Me too.
Well, what I think we're going to start doing is taking the leaves and put them in the potholes because we're not picking those up either.
Oh, yeah.
fast enough.
Yeah, I got that too. Yeah. Can you extend the leaf program, not because the leaves are on the trees longer, but because you guys haven't picked any up this year?
Right, yeah. There's been multiple subdivisions we haven't even been to.
So yeah, that's what I understand. Well, the police don't drive down those streets either. I get those calls. Right. So you're not fixing potholes. You're not picking up leaves.
And we're certainly not going to plow the snow.
You're not going to plow the snow. You're not known for that.
No.
What have you been doing at your department?
We've been just looking at the penguin, quite honestly.
The penguin.
The penguin has taken up, has consumed all of our time.
And all of our money.
And all of our money.
Yeah. So
Public Works has no budget. We can't afford the gas to go out on the roads to do anything.
So you just stare at the penguin.
So we stare at the penguin, and he stares back, and
he talks to you. That was in an Adam Sandler
was.
movie. What?
Yes.
The one
Big
where
Daddy?
he went. Big. No, not Big Daddy. The one where
Billy
he
Madison.
went back to school.
Yeah.
Billy Madison.
yes.
That's right. The hallucinating the penguin. Are you seeing penguins in hallucinations?
When I go home, there's penguins everywhere.
There are.
Yeah.
There are. Your wife is gaslighting you. She goes, what are you talking about? I don't see any penguins, Mark.
Oh, my kid's popping up.
In the penguin costume that you wore out there every once in a while.
Oh, I was in it.
All right, we're going to get to the penguin. So you got my ugly mug, you've got Santa, you got the penguin, you got the potholes that Mark isn't fixing. You've got, of course, the infamous roundabout.
The roundabout, absolutely.
And we got Clark the astronaut from the Children's Museum, and you got a couple other additions. What is that?
Well, that is a chicken. It's not a turkey. It's a chicken.
Yeah.
Because people were saying, obviously, they always say we have too many chicken restaurants here in town.
Sure.
So I had to throw the chicken in there.
Yeah.
And then nail salons.
Too many nail salons.
Yeah, apparently we have too many nail salons. I don't know if we'll be 4 or 5. I don't even know. But
the question is, though, can you really have too many nail salons?
I mean, I think that the majority of women who get their nails done would say no. It gives them options.
That is really sexist of you.
Well, something.
Mark goes for a monthly mani-pedi, and gets his nails taken
I
care
had you
of.
down for
Yeah.
a petty, but not a mani. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely. If you're going, let's go all the way.
Go
I mean,
Okay.
he's not doing any work with his hands out of public work, so he's,
sugar
No,
scrub.
I have the nice soft hands now.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
sugar scrub with the hot rocks. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I could see it.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
all
I
right.
apologize. I did not need to be offensive to the gentleman who
That's right.
appreciate a good
That's right. Our GQ Mark over here.
Oh, yeah.
pampering.
That's right. All right. So I love your flag submission.
Thank you.
However, to the great disappointment of our friend who transplanted from the north, where they've brought us all kind of things that are even too crazy for this state, which is tough to believe. I think we'll stick with the home of proud Americans on our flag, which always brings me back to people who think that, oh, they're not the home of proud Americans anymore. It doesn't show up anywhere. It's all over the place. Yes. We are the home of proud Americans. We had a marketing campaign as we were out there trying to attract businesses from other places. We go to marketing shows. Extraordinary is what we landed on. Look, I'm honest. I'm honest. I'm not a big fan of it, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think we're extraordinary, but geez, that was like a quarter of the Penguin money we paid to be told that we were extraordinary. So we
Don't tell
will,
people that.
yeah, we'll stick with the home of proud Americans.
You're
We
being
love
too
it.
honest.
We'll always be the home. I'm always too honest. We'll always be the home of proud Americans as long as I have a say in it, and that can mean a lot of things. We have a lot of great people that are here that are proud of this country, and they should be. It doesn't mean. Oh, look, I'm going to get serious for a minute. Doesn't mean that in this country we do everything right or that we're always perfect. But I got to tell you something. I have been fortunate to travel to 30 other countries and 5 other continents. This is by far the best country in the world, and I love that we're the home proud Americans. And that's not Republican, Democrat, or whatever. You could be a proud American. I don't care what you believe. And so I think to our friend and to our buddy Nate, the grenade thrower, we'll stick with home of proud Americans for our New Lenox flag. Sound good to you two?
It sounds great to me.
All right, I love it. But your edition of the Penguin.
Yes.
Let's get into Penguins.
Don't forget the name.
Floyd.
Floyd.
Floyd the Penguin. Floyd came from my sweet boy, Floyd, the Landseer Newfoundland dog that had to be put down at the age of 10 and a half. He's actually my daughter's dog. It was our family dog, but dog. And is a little tribute to, he was a big black and white guy. So as a tribute to him, we took his name for the penguin, our black and white penguin.
That's perfect.
He was a sweet boy, and the penguin is sweet. And we picked the penguin because, of course, kids love penguins. And I will tell you, despite the fact that I am 59 years old, the penguin was my idea, and I was being argued with, we should have a reindeer or Mrs. Claus or a snowman. I said, trust me, I'm the superintendent of a lot of kids, and I got 8 grandkids, and they love penguins. Boys love them, girls love them, kids love them. And he's pretty damn cute, isn't he?
He
Yes.
really is.
Yeah.
He's the cutest.
Yeah, he is. And as you're rolling in off Route 30 and you come under our beautiful banner, Christmas in the Commons, he's what you see when you get
He
to the
greets you.
split there. He really does. I think he's a great addition.
Just like your dog once greeted you, the penguin now greets our
Oh.
people.
That's right.
Mark.
That's right.
That was beautiful.
You know what? And hopefully the penguin lasts more than 10 and a half years, and we don't have to put that down.
What's another $100,000? Whatever.
Oh, yeah, it's $100,000 amongst friends. So let's talk about that because every year since we started this, and when we started with Santa Claus, boy, did we take a lot of shit. Oh, my God. But, of course, everyone that gave us crap has had Santa on their family Christmas cards since it's gone up. And it is about marketing our community, and that's important.
Yeah.
There was a Tribune article a couple months ago that talked about how New Lenox has seen the greatest increase percentage-wise in home values in all of Will County and Cook County our home values have gone up. And that's because people want to live here. And a lot of what that is, there's a lot of great communities around here. I love Mokina, I love Frankfurt. There's a lot of great towns around here. But we are out there marketing ourselves and selling ourselves and talking about how wonderful the village is and how wonderful the schools and parks and fire and library, all the things that we have going on here. And it pays off because how many letters, it was like over 90 towns we got letters for Santa Claus.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. Yeah, over
year.
90.
Like 3,000 letters to Santa. And not everyone's writing a letter.
Right.
So people from over 90 towns came here, which means they did what? They shopped in our town. They bought gas in our town. They spent money in our town. So every year we budget for Christmas decorations. And Mark, you're really involved in that. You're really involved in that. And it's a process, right? Talk a little bit about what we go through, about what we're going to keep, exchange out, fresh ideas.
Well, that's what it is, yeah. Every year we try to freshen it up. You can't keep the same thing. People aren't going to come back. So you try to get something new. This year we have a reindeer with lights coming out of its head, and we have a shooting star and obviously Floyd, among some other smaller things. But, yeah, you have to keep it fresh, and then you get that return visits from people. So.
Right. So last year we added like the Arctic zone, wherever, like the Princess thing, or whatever
Arctic
that
Express
is. So typically what we'll do with our budget is get a bunch of smaller to mid-level things. But this year we opted to spend a majority of our budget on the Penguin, which we know, just like Santa, people are going to come to love and take their pictures. And a lot of people, I will say, do love it. They're already excited about it. They think it's great. But you have the Facebook friends. So let's talk a little bit. Why don't you read a couple of, you can refrain from reading the names. We will try not to embarrass anybody. Well, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. But go ahead. So read a couple Penguin comments.
Okay. The first one we have here is, that Penguin is the dumbest thing to purchase for that amount in this economy. Look out, 2026. It'll be the worst.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that sounds like doomsday.
You know what?
Doomsday.
You know what, though?
Because of Floyd?
Here's the amazing thing. Hold on because I will tell you, that guy who wrote that, his business is like home loans and like mortgage. I'm sure he's making a boatload off of people who are buying homes in New Lenox. That's his business. I'm thinking, but he's always shitting on everything on Facebook, and it's not just us. I mean, he just shits on everything. I mean, that's just it's just what it is. But I'm thinking that's not even good for your business.
No, agreed. I don't understand.
So
that
look
mindset.
out, 2026. The Penguin, not tariffs. It's the Penguin that's going to destroy the American economy in 2026. So know that. Yeah. All right, what else you got?
Okay, the next Penguin comment. $115,000 for a Christmas penguin? Use that money to help feed families that are struggling.
All right, now here's what I'll tell you. Obviously, it's horrible when there are families that need food assistance, and we do a lot to support our food bank and whatnot, and ShareFest, which does a great job for people. There's a lot of value in that comment, but we make money off of our Christmas display through sales tax, people coming here and visiting. So it's an investment, but there's a return on our investment. So the village is getting that money back. And we do an awful lot to support charitable groups.
Absolutely.
But so what this person is suggesting is we should take the tax money and just disperse it out to the poor. That's not our job. Our job is what? Provide services here for our people.
Correct. There's plenty of government agencies that give that money away. But like you said, we do support a lot of different charities, a lot of different causes, and we can do that because of the revenue we generate from things like Christmas in the Commons and our ball fields and concerts and everything else we have going on here. So I don't disagree with her sentiment that in the world there's a lot of money spent and there's a lot of people that are hurting. So I mean you can't argue with that, but
our responsibility is to provide amenities for our community, and our community loves coming out here for Christmas in the Commons, and people from all over love it. So I certainly wouldn't criticize the sentiment of what she's saying.
Right.
It's just misguided in that it's apples and oranges for what we do.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
because
sure.
honestly, what's more important, plowing streets or kids that are hungry? Of course, kids that are hungry. But what do we say? Okay, we're not going to buy any street plows and give all that money to kids. Like you said, there are organizations that's their sole purpose.
Yeah.
We do what we can. So I appreciate the sentiment. It's just misguided in what it is.
Even here at the village, we have programs. We run the Adopt a Family program.
You did.
for
You
the
started
holiday.
that. You started that Adopt a Family. What do you have, 50 families or something?
60 now
60
this year.
families.
Yeah, almost double what we had last year. And again, it's where, it doesn't cost $115,000 to run the program, but we offer it here with the money that we bring in because we have it.
And you put a lot of work into that, and so many great families contribute, and businesses contribute
Oh my gosh, yeah.
to
Local
help
businesses,
those out in need.
individuals, families. Yeah, we have a lot of support in the area, which is fantastic.
So again, thank you for your kindness and compassion, and we should all be kind and compassionate for those that are in need. But it's misguided in how our money can and can't be spent. So,
Absolutely.
all right, what else? You got any other good penguins there, or are we going to
think
talk
we're moving
about
on.
taxes? Yeah,
we're moving on.
Let's talk about that. So, the property tax rebate, obviously not something we're obligated to do, but what we want to do, we do believe here that our motto has been, in the 19 years I've been mayor, that we take the money that we need to provide the services to the residents, and if there is left over, we help out. Now, that percentage has fluctuated over the years. As you both recall, the fire department, which still has one of the lowest tax rates in the county, was so low that they were going to have to shutter our fire station on North Cedar Road. Now imagine if that firehouse was closed, how much further it would be for an ambulance to get to somebody, a fire truck to get somebody, plus you've got trains and whatnot. So we loaned the money to the fire department to keep the station open, and they paid it back even sooner than they had to through our agreement. So the taxes were lower that year. So where we are now, we have so many things happening. Talk, Mark, a little bit about some of the big projects that are going on that we've talked about, like the wastewater plant.
Yeah, so we have a state-of-the-art wastewater plant being built, so we can get these other wastewater plants out of the residential areas. We're continuing to replace water main in the older sections of town. Obviously, we have the commons, which we just redid the roads, the sidewalks. We're going to continue that next year with some work here at the Village Hall and at the police station.
Even like the services that you brought, like when you buy a truck, what's a new plow cost?
New plow is around $285,000-ish.
$285,000, and in all the time you've been in public works, I'm sure you've seen, because everyone's seen even their regular car for their home, how the prices have shot up.
Oh,
you're seeing the same thing.
They've doubled.
Yeah, they've doubled. They've absolutely doubled, and
That's
so
incredible.
our job is to provide services. Now, what we're doing, aside from the things that you talked about, those projects that you talked about, we are investing in our community. For example, we already did a podcast. We talked about the sports complex and our investment up there. And ultimately, the outdoor was a $70 million sports complex. It's done very well in its first year. We're about to negotiate or sign contracts to book every weekend for next year. So it's very, very successful. But when we borrow money, it's about $80,000 for every $1 million that we borrow. And because we are a home rule community, which is fortunate for us and fortunate for our taxpayers, because instead of being able to borrow money for 20 years, you can borrow it for 30 years, which means there's less of a burden annually on people, and we still get a good rate. But if you do the math, and the property tax rebate was about $2.5 million, if you do the math, that's $200,000 a year for 30 years, which is $6 million. So we could give the residents back $2.5 million in a property tax rebate, or we can use that cash to buy down the cost of land, things that we don't have to borrow. And so they're not paying $6 million over time. We're doing less. So every time we take money from the property tax rebate to invest in our community, that's less that we're borrowing and less interest that our residents are paying. Our money is their money. I mean, that's it.
That's true.
So, I know we've talked about how you're a Renaissance man. You get your nails done and all that. You're also a financial wizard. Does that make sense to you? If you had in your budget an extra $285,000 and then some, would you pay cash or would you borrow and pay interest on that vehicle, which would end up costing you $450,000?
No, you absolutely pay cash, and that's what we've been able to do here.
That's right.
We pay cash for it.
That's right.
So yeah, it doesn't make sense to pay an extra $200,000 for the same vehicle
Over and over. That's right.
Right.
That's right. And, I mean, you get that. I mean, as a homeowner, you get that.
No, that's what the taxes are for. I mean, how many other communities offer a tax rebate? I mean, I'd never heard of that before I moved here to New Lenox.
It's
I mean,
very
the money
few.
is for the people to be used for community improvements. It's exactly what we're doing with it. But yet, for how many years we gave money back?
Gave a lot of money.
Well, now we've got a lot more going on. So I understand as a resident why we didn't get money back this year. So.
Exactly. And it's going for this. You're absolutely right. Now, there are some other communities that do it. But most of them, like take, for example, Crestwood has had a property tax rebate program. I don't know if they still do or not, but they might. You don't want to drink the water there. That's a problem. But they're landlocked. They're done. They're not building anymore. They're not doing anything else. If you're in a landlocked community and you don't have this growth and everything that's coming, well, now you might be in a little better shape. But for every new subdivision that's built, for example, everyone's excited about Tearling Lakes.
Yes.
There's 500 and some homes, included a deeded 55 and older that people have been clamoring for. That's on the far north side of town. Now, what does that mean for you for plowing snow?
That's a subdivision that needs its own truck, just for plowing snow. You also have all the water main, all the fire hydrants, all the valves, all the sanitary sewer. So, yeah, every 500 homes, you need another person in each department almost.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, it's all brand new right now, but you have to maintain it. You have to do preventive maintenance on everything so it stays in good shape. So
absolutely. So you need personnel, it's expensive. You need equipment, vehicles. You need all of this stuff, and that's just one subdivision. Unlike a lot of communities right now between them, Lakes Park out southeast, and we have two others that are before our planning department now. We're about to have 1,000 new homes that are going to be built, phased in our community. 1,000.
And that's just
number.
tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of open land out there.
Yeah.
There is.
Very
We're
true.
43 square miles. Now, you will get people who will say, well, I moved here and, it was a small little town and I didn't want it to grow. That's why I moved here. When did you move here? 2001. Oh, okay. And like I said last night, and like I like to say, okay, well, what if the people in 2000 said, we don't want you coming here?
Right.
I mean,
I'm sure that
when's
happened.
the cutoff?
You're right.
The minute
Yeah.
you got here, then that was the cutoff. It was okay for you to come here, but no one should come after you. We have a beautiful community, and people want to live here, and we're going to grow. And we try to grow responsibly.
It's still a small town feel to this community
I
because of
agree.
the way we're developing and growing.
I agree. It's
That's-
being done the right way.
That's a great point, Mark. You look at this Christmas in the Commons. That is a community thing that happens. All the things our events department do out there, the ladies' night out, the concerts, the kids' movies in the park, that is all small town stuff. It is. So we're maintaining that. The other thing, as you know, we're buying up parcels in that triangle from Cedar to Prairie and from 30 to Haven. Where we could pay cash for those parcels instead of borrowing. And what we do is we flip them dollar for dollar like we did to the patio restaurant that's coming, which will create new jobs, new amenities, another place to eat.
So
it's on Route 30.
There's not going to be a flock of penguins there like I've heard.
Oh, is that what you heard?
I thought the whole flock would come
They'll all
over.
end
Isn't
up
it
over
a
there?
gaggle of penguins?
No, it's
Is it-
actually a waddle.
A waddle.
It's a
That's
waddle.
right. I should
If
know
they're,
this. It
yeah,
was
my
a
daughter and I had to start.
gaggle of geese.
If they're on
Waddle.
land, it's a waddle. If they're in the
Oh, yeah.
water, it's
something else.
Something else. I can't remember what the hell it is. Well, let's talk about some of the comments on the property tax rebate.
Property
So
tax.
we've explained how it happens, why we do it, when we do it. But now let's hear from the experts on why we're not doing it. Yeah. So what do you got?
Well, the first comment, well, you can kiss those rebate checks goodbye forever. Bet you never see one again.
Yeah, you're right. You got us. You got us. Every year there'll be a new zoo animal put in the comments just to make sure that you don't get your rebate anymore. What do you think? Would you put money on that they'll never see a rebate again?
Oh, absolutely.
It's over.
No.
It's done.
It's over.
Can you imagine? We have all this land in town. We have the sports complex. We
Sure.
can put animals up there for the summer. We'll have animals here
Sure.
for the winter.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, we would call
new
that.
Atlantic
We
Zoo.
call the one up
Right.
north Lincoln Park suburbs, and the one out here Brookfield Zoo suburbs, and we could have our own little zoos. The reality is, I get the distrust of government. I do. I mean, there's plenty of examples, but not here. Everything we said we're going to do, we do. And our plan is to get back to that property tax rebate as soon as we can in one form or another. But with these investments that we're making, we will create new sales tax, and that's how we're going to be able to get right back into the property tax rebate again. So go ahead. What else have you got?
Next one, more government, more parks, more wasted open space development. You get what you let in. It's not your money, it's the government money, and trust me, they will keep it and take more. Vote out excessive government and sell public land. We didn't need that ballpark.
We did not need that ballpark. Instead, we should have just let the warehouses go there because that was the only thing that wanted to go there was warehouses. What would you rather have as you're recouping in the hospital there, Mark? Trucks and warehouses or the ballpark up
I
there?
think I'll take the ballpark on that one.
I think so
Yeah.
too. Actually, that's what the hospital wanted. They were really excited that we were doing that. Gone are the days of retail malls. People do Amazon. They don't want to go to brick and mortar like that, especially big brick and mortar, million square foot malls. It's over. So really what's happening, what's expanding are warehousing and trucking. And we've been really good. We made a promise. We're keeping everything west of Gallagher Road. I mean, other than the old industrial, like in Schoolhouse or something. We keep it west of Gallagher, and we refused over the years to just let warehousing go up by the hospital. And because of that, not only do we have the ball fields, but we're going to get hotels and restaurants, and across the street are going to be more of the same. So I like open land. I mean, our parks, when Greg was here, I think he talked about we have over 50 parks or something like that. I mean, I love open land. I love open space. It's important. But, you know, that's another thing we had talked about before. People own land and they want to sell it. They have a right to sell it. Yeah. And as long as it makes sense.
We don't control that.
We don't control that. But all right, go ahead.
Okay, next. I wonder where the projected economic impact is going to. Let me correct the grammar. There aren't any hotels in New Lenox. People are staying in Tinley and Orland and dining around where they stay. So maybe New Lenox will get some thank you notes from Tinley and Orland?
I'm waiting on those thank you notes. I
haven't seen any.
We do deserve some thank you notes. But again, would you understand, even if you didn't work here, nobody's going to build a hotel or a restaurant because you say you're going to build a ball field. Well, now we have one under contract, and they're getting ready to we're already moving dirt up there for the first hotel. But yes, it'll take a couple of years for us to get those hotels and restaurants, but you have to put a product out there first. You talk about nobody trusts government, but you expect people to spend $30 million on a project because government says it's going to build a ball field.
And just because we build a ball field doesn't mean we're filling that ball field. So
that's right. We had to prove it.
They had to prove to these, and we've had discussions with multiple hotels, restaurants, and various other entities.
That's right. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you wouldn't buy anything because someone promised you something was going to happen. I mean, imagine we want you to buy a family pass to Disney World New Lenox. We haven't built it. We haven't built it yet, but give us your money, and we promise you it's coming. Who does that?
Right.
Yeah. So we still do want the thank you notes from the towns that are benefiting from us right now,
I'll
but
collect them for you.
Won't last long.
won't last long, is for sure. All right. What else you got?
This one, I think this is supposed to be so you can buy anything if you tax them enough. Yay.
That's right. Tax away. The property tax portion of your bill, which we discussed when Kim Oxtetter was here, is about 4%, a little less. 4% of your overall tax bill comes to the village. And so property taxes are not a big part of what we do, but they are helping us pay cash for land and cash for things that we don't have to borrow, and we save the interest on. We've talked about that. The majority of our money comes from sales tax. And we've got a healthy sales tax rate. There's no question about that. But that's because 80% of the sales tax comes from people who live outside of New Lenox. And our residents are getting 100% of the benefit with the streets being plowed and the policing it and our village hall staff and the things that we do.
Yeah.
So our tax rate, our property tax rate, we get no municipality. We get next to nothing. So, all right, go ahead. Other than taxing them, go ahead.
Here's another good one. I like this one. I like it a lot. Who cares about a $115,000 effing penguin? Don't misunderstand me. The lack of a check next year does not bother me, but the businesses that come here are all poor choices. Pete's still hasn't opened. Oh, sorry, pause.
No, go ahead.
I know. There's a list is loaded.
Yeah.
Pete still hasn't opened, and I've heard about that since 2019. Now all the talk of the patio restaurant opening, maybe like 5 to 6 years from now. Tell me how that brand new Arby's worked out for you. It's loaded.
Boy.
There's a lot going on here.
Boy.
Maybe we need somebody
lot of
else to pick which restaurants and stores come to this town.
What's our friend's first name?
Michelle.
All right, let's dissect. It is here we are referencing Adam Sandler again, the same movie. We're all just a little dumber for having sat through that. Okay, Michelle, there was this thing called COVID that had a huge impact on all kind of businesses, especially when you talk about a Pete's who is building a 70,000 square foot grocery store. The cost of their refrigeration went up tenfold after COVID. The fact that not as many people want to work and they have to staff this. I mean, so the cost went through the roof and whatever. Pete's, if Michelle hasn't taken a ride east on Route 30, is under roof. They're moving forward. We have a deal with them that they have to be open in late spring. And if they're not, we have financial support from them already in place that if they don't open on time, we get to draw that money, and that would be money that we're losing in tax revenue. So Pete's, we understood what they went through. I mean, most people understand that. As far as the Arby's go, they closed a lot of Arby's, and it turned around to be a Jack in the Box. Now, you can be an Arby's fan, you can be a Jack in the Box fan, or you can be me and be both. So I don't really care. In the patio, they're breaking ground yet this year before winter starts to get their foundation in. They were at our meeting. They're going to be open in fall of next year, fall of 26.
That's exciting.
With a 9,000 square foot restaurant with 265 indoor seats. And they have not built a new patio restaurant in 15 years.
Oh, wow.
It's a great place. And they want to be in New Lenox. Patio can go anywhere they want, but they want to be in New Lenox. So Debbie Downer, Michelle, yeah. I guess we don't have, I guess they're all bad choices. Like the Cooper's Hawk, which is the number 2 rated Cooper's Hawk in the entire country. Bad choice.
Well, it feels number 1 maybe, but
It was
That's right. Number 2.
Number
Yeah,
one,
number
number
two.
2. I think it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
It's been number 1.
Bad choice. So many bad
Terrible.
choices.
Terrible.
So many bad choices. So, Michelle, thank you for pointing that out. We will check with you before we talk to anybody else. All right.
I think Michelle's comment leads into this next one.
All right, go ahead.
The only thing old Balderman is investing in is his own pockets.
The only thing that I am in...
Balderman.
Old Balderman. Well, he's right
I agree
about
with
old
I
Balderman.
agree with part of the statement.
All right, Jacob, listen. That's my favorite, and we've talked about this before. The corruption. I had this jackass send me an email the other day. I showed you
Yes.
that. It
Yes,
was
you
the
did.
best. You would have loved it. Here's the email. I could tell you verbatim what it was. Timmy. This is what this
Timmy.
jerk off starts off. Timmy.
Thank you.
He said, I don't know who thought this was Europe and people in Subarus could drive around. I mean, he had to be hammered. It was the most incoherent nonsense. But you better find some people who know what they're doing because, the board's clearly getting kickbacks on this thing. This was on the round. I mean, it was this rambling thing. Of course, my response that Megan said, you didn't send that, did you? I said, yeah, I did. It's too late. I should have checked with you beforehand. But it was basically,
You still would have sent it.
stick your bribery accusations up your ass, and if you can't figure out a roundabout, you dipshit, go take another route. But I mean, yeah, I love we're lining our pockets. I get $18,000 a year to be the mayor. 18 grand. For some of you, maybe you think I'm overpaid. Maybe you think I don't deserve it. I got to tell you, it's just the how easy it is to level accusations. That's the bullshit of social media. You could say anything you want with impunity. You know, taking money. We're all taking money. Are you getting any money? Will you fix the potholes on my street if I give you some money?
barely get paid,
Are you barely get paid?
I barely get
Let's
paid.
talk about that.
let's talk about it.
Oh, no.
You want to talk about it right now?
Well, we can talk about it off air
Oh, okay, off air. That's what I figured.
because that'll be the next
Listen, buddy.
That'll be the
podcast.
next podcast.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen.
Salaries.
I will not only do we not take any kickbacks, it's so stupid. But I know as the mayor, like we've had this conversation before. Sometimes, my street gets it. There's no favoritism for being the mayor. You don't get your street plowed first. I do get the free water. Nobody else. I don't have to pay for the water that everyone else.
We
is
have a
paying
couple
for.
of people in town that get the free water.
Yeah, free water. Yeah. You know what? Let me clarify that because there are idiots that will believe that. No, I don't get
Please,
free
yes,
water.
Thank you.
No free water.
No free
discounts on water.
no discounts.
No.
I'm not getting a property tax rebate. I'm not the only one getting a property tax rebate, but I'm not getting any kickbacks. As a matter of fact, Megan knows. People ask me frequently, I want to take the mayor to lunch or to whatever. What's my response?
No.
Never.
No lunch. I don't need
Never.
lunch.
I don't need lunch. I don't want you to buy me a lunch. I don't want you to buy me a drink. If you have business you want to discuss, you come to the village hall. I appreciate the offer. So I'm not even getting a free lunch out of this shit.
And I'll say this, and I don't know if you want it out there, but they're no. This is actually a good.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute.
This is
Let's
a
make sure
good
I'm
thing.
seated here properly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There have been times where, when I was in the water department, I had residents who were struggling to pay their bill, or
Yeah.
the bill they had a leak and it was way too much, and I came to him and he paid for some of that out of his pocket. So
I was.
not only isn't he putting it in his pocket, he's taking it out of his pocket.
And I appreciate that. But for the people who are listening and not watching, can you clarify who him is?
Oh. Timmy Balderman.
Timmy's digging into his pockets to give it, and I appreciate that, Mark, and I am happy to do that. Megan and I get requests for that quite a bit, and I'm happy to help people when I can. There's times when I can't. There are times when people ask me for support, but we realize that what I can give them out of my salary is not going to make a difference. And so, I mean, it's really, there are some tough situations out there. Believe me, we want to give this property tax rebate back. We've done it faithfully for years. We want to do it, and we will get back to it, contrary to the one woman who says kiss a goodbye. I think she can kiss, but the cynicism. But whatever. We do want to get back to it. We will in one shape or another. We will get there.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Give a couple more because Don, we're going to have to wrap it up here at some point, right? Is that what you're telling me? Wow, we're at 44 minutes. This is a long one.
44 minutes of fun.
All right, go ahead. Pick one or two
Land the
other
plane,
doozies
Don
and we'll
says.
be done. Time to land a plane, Don says.
I mean, we might be able to end with this one.
All right.
Mr. Mayor, please hear the senior voices. We don't care about a baseball field or the oversized penguin. Some people counted on the refund, but yet no one told us it was over with.
Here's what I will tell you, and that is a good one to end it on. It is incredibly difficult for people on fixed budgets to make it.
Yes.
And unfortunately, a lot of those people are seniors. And that is difficult. We do what we can. We do have discounted rates on water for seniors. I think we do on our garbage and whatnot. I mean, so we do what we can to help those on a fixed income. And most of the time it is seniors. I often ask the question, how a senior citizen who's living just on Social Security, even if they're getting the max Social Security, how they get by. I don't know. It's horrible.
Yeah.
The cost of living. I have to laugh every time a newspaper article talks about, oh, this employee made $100,000. $100,000, you're barely paying your bills, and you're not doing anything other than that. I mean, you're clearing $5-6 a month after taxes, and you have a mortgage and a car payment or two and groceries for your kids. Yeah. So how people on fixed incomes, and it's not just seniors, there are disabled and others, it's horrible for them. And we try to do everything we can. And for those people, especially, I feel bad that we're not able to give this property tax rebate. But the things that we're doing, whether seniors care about baseball, and we have senior leagues out there actually playing baseball, so it is not. There are seniors that do care about it. But whether it's baseball or Penguins, and I'd like to think if that senior has any grandkids, they may love the Christmas in the Commons and Penguins. But regardless, I get the frustration of people who are struggling.
Yeah,
I do. But what they have to realize is that what we do with our money here, number one, is provide quality service. And I will say this, hands down, and I responded to somebody with this today. Our police department, our public works department, our village hall staff, our commissions, our volunteers, we have, hands down, the best run community. Mark, you hear it all the time. People talk about, I had to drive through 3 towns, the streets weren't clear, but I get to New Lenox and it's perfect. Our police department, we don't have a whole lot of violent crime, but I'll be damned if they don't solve every single one of those things.
Well, there's a reason we don't have a lot of violent crime, because of the work they do.
That's right. That's a great point, because of the work they do. The great comments that I get from people when they're here interacting with our village hall staff and how kind and helpful everybody is, all the events and everything that we do. You want a small town, the Penguin matters. That's part of that small town. Bringing people together in this setting and celebrating the holidays, that's part of that small town feel. So yes, do I feel bad for people who are struggling? 100%. But when we are investing in our own community, like we're doing, we're not wasting this money. We are investing. We look at return on investment. When we are investing in our community, we know it is good for the short term, but really good for the long-term health and quality of our town.
Yep.
We're doing
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the right thing to do.
I guess that is a great one to wrap it up on, because there were some good heartfelt, like the person who talked about feeding the poor, the senior who's talking about needing the money.
Constructive.
Yeah,
criticism.
I mean, again, they don't really have an understanding of how government finance works, but I really feel for them. I get the sentiment of, in one respect, being kind and compassionate and trying to take care of those that are less fortunate, and in the other respect, looking at our most vulnerable residents that struggle.
Yeah.
And we will help you in every way we can. As you
Yeah,
know,
I was
too,
gonna say.
how many times am I on there with the water department saying, let's not shut off the water.
Right.
Let's hold off and see what we can do until they can put them on a plan. And our water department does a great job with that.
And if there's something we can't do, maybe we can point you in the right direction.
Megan, you do that
So, yeah.
constantly. You have a
Contact
list
us.
of resources that
Yes.
you are able to share with people.
Yep.
So we do what we can. I would tell you again, this was, I love having you two here. It's a lot of fun. But we do want this to be informational. Yeah, we have fun, especially with some of the asinine comments that people make. But the reality is we do want it to be informational. And I hope that it was. I mean, I hope we were able to clear some of this stuff up.
I hope so too.
Don, as always, I appreciate you. You do a hell of a job for us, buddy. We always say, if you can train somebody how to do what you're doing back there, we'll get you out in front of the camera, and you can talk about the wonders of Don Winnie, who a lot of people know. He does a lot of great work for our other taxing bodies as well. But
Yes,
Don,
he
we
does.
appreciate you, and we appreciate all of you for listening to this edition of Too Honest for Social Media.